And we are back with the Authentic Life podcast today. I'm here with my partner in crime, best friend, spiritual leader, spiritual guidance, and what do you call it? Like, we're not licensed to do this stuff, but take everything here with a pinch of salt. This is my best friend, Ross Wilson.
What's up, guys? How are you? Hope everyone's having a great day. Fantastic. Nice to be back. We've been a bit busy doing a little bit of a project.
Let me dive in and ask you a question here. So we've gone through some kind of rebranding lately in this last 2-3 weeks and a bit, as well as our new project loading. What I wanted to ask was, what does authentic life mean to you? Because I know we both have two different opinions, but what is authentic life to you?
So, an authentic life, all right? The meaning behind it for me, it's living in a way that you want to live. So, what you perceive uh, your future, all right? How you are mentally, how you are spiritually, and how you are physically. So it's just in the sense of, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And are you going to be living up to that expectation if you're doing the stuff that you are doing now? Or do you need to change it up to be heading in that direction? That's what authentic life means to me.
All right. I like it. I like it. I'm on the same type of thinking level to some degree there. So, do you want to introduce our logo to the people? Do you want to just give them a rundown, and I can dive deep into our symbolic meaning behind it?
So the logo, this is actually something Liam sent to me, and it was early hours in the morning or something like that. He sent it to me. So if I sound a bit blocked up, I am trying to get over a bit of a sickness over here. So the logo is a lotus flower. Um, Liam sent me quite a brief message on what the lotus flower means. So I'm gonna let him tell you what it means exactly, because he knows the true meaning behind it. I just know the brief description of it.
Okay,
And yeah, you go ahead.
let's dive in. So, the lotus flower, in a deep meaning, like in a deep symbolic meaning, in many cultures, it represents purity, enlightenment, rebirth, and spiritual awakening. Despite the lotus flower being able to grow in muddy waters, it emerges clean and beautiful, symbolizing the journey from darkness to enlightenment, or like darkness to light kind of journey that you're on. Um, the Buddhists believe that the flower alone is associated with purity of the body and purity of speech, purity of the mind. While Hinduism, it represents beauty, fertility, and prosperity and eternity. So, my definition of authentic life would be understanding one's true self and one's true values and beliefs, understanding how your desires work without conforming to societal expectations or pressure. So to me, it's embracing your uniqueness and pursuing a genuine relationship and making the correct choices that will align you with your inner true self rather than seeking validation or approval from others. So to me, that's living authentically as often as I can.
Yeah.
So
So, okay, go
how
ahead.
how the lotus flower ties in here with our meaning of authentic life. The lotus flower, like the lotus flower, authenticity authenticity involves emerging from the murky depths of societal expectations and personal struggles to bloom into one's true self. Just as the lotus flower rises above the muddy water, unstained, Living authentically means transcending externally, influencing and expressing one's true essence. Like inner beauty, and despite challenges and all that other stuff, you got to rise up.
So, would you say that with the meaning behind the whole lotus flower, that it's it's an element of connecting yourself to your strongest beliefs, so your God, because you mentioned there that with Hinduism and Buddhism, so there's different cultures and religion in the lotus flower and the meaning behind it as well. So I'm sure with the religions as well, it has different meanings behind it, and it portrays a similar message to their religion. So would you say that the reason why you chose the lotus flower is because it can replicate to most people in the world based on their religion, based on their beliefs, because it has a very diverse meaning?
Yeah, that's why I think why I chose it, or why the idea was given, or why it really stuck with me, because the lotus flower itself is diverse and it appeals to a lot of different people, and a lot of people will look at it from a different perspective compared to how I've just explained it. Somebody else could explain it in a totally different way and still align with the same goals. Either way, the flower is just, I've never seen a flower raised from, it's basically like a phoenix. It literally comes from the ashes and turns into this beautiful thing.
Yes, yes. And like with the whole lotus flower, you says it rises or emerges from murky waters. So it comes from a very bad environment, but it's such a beautiful flower to look at. And with that, we're trying to say here is that it doesn't matter what environment or what culture background you come from, if it's where you grew up with poverty or you grew up well sustained, that you will still blossom into this beautiful flower. And that's what you can see yourself as. Never see yourself blending in with the environment. Always be that unique agenda that you are.
Yeah, then you have to be adaptable to change.
Exactly.
You have to move with your environment, move with your surroundings, almost be a chameleon to the things around you. Just try to keep up with what's going on.
Yeah. Trying to stay staying humble, but as well as separating yourself from the expectations that are being put onto you, the societal expectations, the expectations that you get from school, the expectations that you get from your parents, the expectations that the government is trying to give you. You need to separate yourself from all of those and find your own personality, find your own voice. And with the lotus flower, I think that helps represent that in a very big way, because it's this most amazing flower, but it comes from a dirty environment, it comes from murkiness, it comes from a lot of negative things that you wouldn't see a flower grow in.
Yeah, I agree. So that's our the project we've been working on is this beautiful lotus flower vase that we've created. Y'all should stay tuned to our Instagram and keep an eye out for it. Let's hop on this authentic life trend we got going. So, Mr. Roscoe, authentic life is not just a brand, right?
No, 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 no. It's not just a brand. We are trying to portray a movement, a mission, a message that helps separate the people that know they are different but don't know how to express themselves.
So Are you telling me authentic life is a revolutionary movement crafted for daring minds?
Exactly. It's
God
to
damn.
break away the chains of societal expectations. And as well as not just self expectation, societal expectation, but self doubt. All right. There's, I'm sure you've had self doubt, right? Heading there to America, how you getting there to America, what you're gonna do, what it's gonna be like, is the grass green on the other side? Everyone's had self doubt, right? I've had self doubt myself. I used to be a swimming coach when I first came out of school. Then I stopped doing that. So I worked there. I think I worked there for what, a year and a half. From there, went to a refrigeration technician company. And I did my hard work there, worked like a slave, and I was like, no, this is not what I wanted to do. Saw the people, how they were working, how they were living, and I was like, if I carry on this way, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing as them. And accept the societal expectations, and I didn't want to do that. I was getting comfortable in a situation that I didn't want to be comfortable in, and that made me uncomfortable. I hope that makes sense. So I chose to leave it, started doing digital marketing, doing really well with that now. We have a few clients, and now we, on this podcast, we trying to help people escape from the societal norms and what's expected of them from the people. And we want you to choose your own path, choose your own destiny, be unique, voice your opinion. Don't just stay in the crowd. Be that lotus flower. Be unique. Be opportunistic. I hope that's a word.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the word. We want them to technically, okay, personally, not technically. Personally, I believe I was put on this earth to exist. One, to shatter the confines of society, and two, to help empower the youth, or not even the youth, but really anybody who's out here listening to our podcast, is for your souls to break free from the cages of conventional thinking. That's what I think I was born here to exist in a way. Um, our mission is quite simple. We're just here to guide you towards a transformative journey of self discovery so you can have a better connection through your mind, body, and soul. Um, as a so through our authentic life, who who are we? Who are we? Who would you say we are?
Who are we?
Are we? Who are we?
I'm
Are we a
Ross.
clothing brand? Are we? Are we
No.
a podcast? Or are we
So
architects of liberation, sculptors of minds?
exactly, architects of liberation, sculptors of mind. You putting it out there. We're trying to help people assert their own individuality and assert their own uniqueness. Right? We want you to embrace and celebrate your difference. What you can bring to the world and how you can change it to better yourself, better the people around you, and better it in general, basically. And the only way that this is going to help is if you start thinking critically, analytically, and logically. We don't want you to get too emotional because what happens with, and I saw it the other day actually, people that use emotion affect themselves and they don't think clearly. Let's put it that way. Because you, let's say you've done something wrong, right? And now someone comes up to confront you and all that, but now you're not thinking logically, you're thinking with all your emotion. You start stuttering, you don't think clearly, you get your stories mixed up, all right? You don't know how to confront them back. So eventually, what happens is you start shouting and you start crying. So that's what we're trying to say. If you have a balanced lifestyle, and yes, I know having a balanced lifestyle is very tough, but you speaking, or you're not speaking, you reading, creating that mental stability, you're learning something every day, you maintaining a physical and active lifestyle, and you're just doing something every day to connect to your God or your spirituality or even getting closer to your culture. That's what that's all about. So it's more of a statement of empowerment.
A vibration, a frequency people need to hop on.
Exactly. Exactly. And your frequency helps navigate through everything that you do in life. If you have the right vibration, the those vibrations will attract the same vibrations and bring all that positive joy and energy and wonderful things in life towards you. So, my question for you, Name,
Ooh, interesting. Shoot
how
your
would
shot.
how would you, with the frequencies and vibrations, build your own destination, become the architect of your own life, your own destination, and embracing that authenticity?
So, first thing first is I would need to understand where I want to go, or essentially where I would like to land up.
Okay,
How
so
I
how would you
would.
do that?
So, let's say my end goal is to live on a beach in the middle of nowhere. That's authentic, right? But in order to get there, I have to first have a substantial amount of money in the bank account. I have to have, um, well, I'm not even working a no 9 to 5, that's for sure. So I have to start my own business essentially. So I would view money and energy together. I would create a formation between money and energy, and use my vibration and frequencies as a magnet to pull the unseen into the seen realm. So my delulus, my delusions, things only I can see, I will pull them into reality for other people to see. So the way I'd go about it is I would view money as a form of energy, understanding the importance of aligning my financial pursuits with an authentic purpose to cultivate a healthy relationship between money and recognizing it as a tool for a positive impact in my own personal freedom. That's the road I'd put myself on.
All right. So you would basically, step one is basically plan everything out. Make sure that you know your end goal, you know what you want in life. And then obviously the next step would be action, taking action, learning, researching, everything like that. And I think what we do a lot of research and a lot of planning, and we gather information and we spread it between us. So the load is not too heavy. Um, and I think that's the most important thing as well. Finding people that are on the same journey as you, that's key, because doing this alone will end up being lonely, right? You don't want to be lonely. You want to have the people that you know will stay there with you, be there with you, and always have your back. All right, creating your network. That's all it is.
Yeah, I agree. No, climbing to the top alone is definitely it'd be fun at the same time, but it'd also have a sense of sadness. But when you're climbing to the top with a pack of wolves, the ride to the top is a lot more enjoyable because now everybody can feed off each other's energy without climbing halfway up a mountain, getting tired, taking a long break, and then forgetting you were climbing the mountain.
Yes,
But when you're moving with a bunch of people, everybody is always still focused on going up, 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 up.
exactly. Exactly.
So you definitely need to put yourself in circles where people are moving up instead of people that are mundane and stagnant and not going anywhere. Or they're just still, there is nothing happening.
And there's no boundaries, there's no limitations. Your limitation is the limitation you perceive. Let's say you can only get 0 to 100, but it's going to take you 5 years. That's a limitation that you perceiving. If you say I can get 0 to 100 in 2 days, it's possible, but it's now the work ethic you got to put in, the action that needs to be taken, the amount of research, the hours that you put in every day. So it's like I was watching this one video. This guy was busy explaining hovering a helicopter. People think it's the easiest thing on, like, it's the easiest thing to do with a helicopter, but apparently it's the hardest thing because it takes over 10,000 hours to 20,000 hours to actually hover a helicopter. And they practice with this like joystick, and then there's this table there with the little marble on, and you got to try and keep it in the center. And if you can't keep it in the center, you're not able to fly a helicopter yet. So yeah, I know it's quite crazy, eh? Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I found that quite interesting.
Did not catch me doing stuff like that.
No, but what I'm saying is that it's all about the amount of hours you put into something, and it's something that you're passionate about. And if you're passionate about it, it becomes a lot easier, and it's more second nature to you. It's not like it's going to be, oh, I've got to do this now. Oh, I've got to do that. It's just, okay, I'm going to do this now. I've got this to do. I've got that to do.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
it's a process.
Yeah,
It's a system you got to go through.
exactly.
What ties in to our authenticity here, or what the heck? Sorry, computer's doing
What's
funny
happening over there?
things.
Oh,
Um, okay, so let's get back into it. So tying into the authentic life, there are key key pillars you need. So I'll go over the main ones that I think are key to me, um, which would be like my everyday readings I have up here. So for me, the first two would be thought control and emotional control. And between those two, you need to develop mastery over your thoughts and mastery over your emotions, understanding that those two alone shape your current reality or future reality and past reality. So, in order to get those under control, you need to cultivate a mindfulness to observe and redirect all negative thought patterns to really create a positive system in your brain that's only pushing out positive vibrations and positive thoughts in order to create resilience and control. Otherwise, you will not be able to bend reality,
exactly.
as I like to say. But what ties in with that is also visualization, which is the route to harnessing the power of these tools of manifestation. Um, Vividly, you create your desires, you use your imagination, and all of these create this authentic reality, as I would call it. So, practice visualization, practice controlling your tempers, your emotions, your thoughts, um, and create yourself a mental blueprint that aligns with your goals and aspirations.
Exactly.
That is
And
my advice.
yeah, to add on to that, the key thing that I would, or the key pillar that I would make people aware of would be being honest and transparent with yourself, calling yourself out if you haven't done something, and celebrating those victories that are even the smallest victories. It doesn't have to be the biggest. If you accomplish something that you've never accomplished before, celebrate that, but celebrate accordingly. And then another thing is being self aware. So, self aware of your environment and how would you place your perfect environment. So, what I mean is like the people around you, the things around you, um, what is the best environment suited for you to be able to get the work done that's needed to be done in order for, let's say you have a wife and kids, right? And to create the perfect environment would be having the space where you know your kids aren't going to disturb you and your wife isn't going to disturb you, but as well as spending the quality family time that you need. So you tell everyone, look, I'm busy at this time, um, do not disturb, but after this, we can go do this, this, and this. That's creating a perfect environment and saying, if I don't manage to do this, then I've got to make it up to you on this day. Makes sense. So being self-aware and honest and having being transparent with yourself is the biggest things, because sometimes you'll find yourself or you'll catch yourself slacking, and then you're like, whoa, 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 what's happening here? And
Lacking in the streets.
exactly, and remember, everyone's human, so not everyone's perfect. If everyone was perfect, then yeah, then you're God basically. So that's all I'm saying.
Well,
Uh,
that's a topic for another day. That comment, it's a topic for another day. You got me. I was about to go off. Like,
yeah, no,
well,
you can go. You can do a little teaser if you want.
no, you said basically, if you are God, technically, to some degree, you are God in a sense. But I don't want to start a fire on YouTube right now. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to say things.
But it's
I'm
okay.
not trying to awaken everybody at one time. I don't need all this trouble.
Yeah, you've been told countless times to behave this week, so
I have been told countless times to behave this week. Might as well just carry on behaving.
yeah, just it's fine. It's a good week. It's yeah,
It just started. It's Monday.
yeah, it's Monday, but I'm saying last week in
Yeah, I
general as
get
well.
you.
Yes, but what I also was trying to say as well, with being honest and transparent and with self-awareness, you need to know your purpose and meaning for the reason you are doing this. And if you believe in that purpose and you believe in your meaning and you practice what you preach, basically, you will voice your opinion a lot easier because you know what you're talking about. You know what you want to portray. You know what you want to get across. You know the message that needs to be said and needs to be heard so people can follow, so that people can listen, so that people can do the job they need to do.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's quite funny because I've been watching this anime. It's called Eminence in Shadow, right? And I really enjoy the main character because he perceives himself as his background character A in the show. But this guy is quite crazy. Hit a pause. I gotta pause here. My laptop is like, what?
I'll be back. Sorry, guys, we were experiencing some technical difficulties, but
Unfortunately.
we're back and we sorted now. All right,
Yeah,
so
so back to what I was saying. I've been watching this anime. Really interesting, really cool. If you watch it from an out, like how do you say it? Out the box perspective, like you look at it from a different,
you have an open mind to it.
yeah, you will see a lot. So the main character, the anime is called The Eminence in the Shadow. Definitely give it a watch. So the main character, his name is Sid, and Sid is the eminence in the shadow, literally and figuratively. And in the series, from like what I've picked up, like this guy only used literally three tactics to achieve his goals. So what he used was a combination of intelligence, determination, and manipulation. So he carefully planned out each step of his journey using the resources and allies he had strategically to overcome any obstacles or like adversities. Um, like anything that got in his way was destroyed straight. Like his arrogance or like he underestimated himself, like he underestimated his power and he overestimated his enemy, but in reality, like he's just defeating them without even second thoughts to what he's actually doing. Like he's in a battle and he's having conversations with himself. Um, and he uses this catchphrase in it. He says like, "I am atomic," and to me, I think it reflects his unwavering self confidence and his own belief, like in his power and capabilities. Like I think that's where he reaffirms his mind frame. Like, wait, I am powerful. I am atomic.
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
So
It's
I
yeah,
think
it's
the
all in
mantra
the
he uses, yeah,
mindset.
it's definitely all in the mindset. Basically, he's just this unstoppable freak of nature, and his determination to succeed no matter what challenges may come his way is crazy. I think that's the way you have to also address looking at life and looking at doing your job, your business, all aspects.
Yes. Just have a strong mindset, a positive attitude, and take things head on. If something doesn't go as planned, think of plan B, plan C, plan D, all the way up to plan Z, then start the numbers. But it's basically what you need is, from what I understand about this guy, is having a strong willpower and a strong mindset will lead you to the success that you want in life.
Yeah,
That basically it.
that's basically it.
Yeah.
Basically it.
Have
Straight
a
up. It's life has like life may seem complex, but complex questions have simple answers.
exactly. And the thing is, when obstacles come your way, it's nothing that you can't overcome. It's something that you need to look for multiple solutions to, and how you're gonna get that across, how you're gonna overcome this obstacle, how you're going to achieve that next level, achieve that next step. So, and if you fall back because of this obstacle, think of a different way that you can approach it. And it's not a loss. It's not it's a slight setback, but it's going to help you improve on yourself, help make a better version of yourself. It's just character building, like you say.
Yeah. So that I like that word. Like after I've changed, like I used to say, today was a bad day. Today was a terrible day. Like since I've changed it, today was a character building day. Like even in my journals, I'm like, man, today was character building. This is what I learned. Bah, 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 bah. I look at the day like at a totally different perspective. Like the days are never bad. It's just I had This is where I needed to grow. This is what I needed to learn, and this is what needed to get done. Did I get it done, or did I complain about getting it done? Which way was it? You know.
That's exactly that. And there's no task too hard. There's a challenge, but it's not too hard.
Never.
That's all it is.
Stay tuned for more authentic life to come. Peace.
Peace.